So why do art galleries exist? We'll get back to that in a moment. If you stop and think about life for a second, when we were kids, we were always told to go outside and play. Well, if you're born in 1970s and 80s, like I was born in 73, you'll know what I mean. So let's get to photography. Photography allows us to use our imagination, just like we're kids again. Sure, there are people out there that just buy cameras so that, when they go on holidays, just to take photos for their memories. But some of us do like getting artistic with cameras. And that's what life's all about. Enjoying yourself and remembering still to have fun. So it's 1 a.m. now. And I had an epiphany at Christmas. I actually realised that I own way too many lenses. But you can never have too many lenses, can you? So simply put, I went to Jimmy Ree's workshop February last year. He's a comedian. And he said when he makes YouTube videos, he splits them into parts. So let's get into the point. I'm going to review each week or each month. It takes about 2 weeks to actually make this little group of videos up. It takes a few weeks to make these videos. So what we've started with this week is the SMC Takumar 50mm lens. And that's an M42 mount lens. M42 mount lenses were from the 1950s and 60s. And by the early 1970s, they went back to K mount, or they made K mounts. So the Super Taki is quite a popular lens. It's radioactive. How does that allow me to get imagination? Well, I'm no Spielberg. But when I have that lens on there, my imagination allows me to make videos. And I'll get into my own little world. A bit like this going black. And we all know that feeling when we buy a lens, or if you buy a camera. If you're buying it online, you know what I mean. You make the purchase. You feel happy. You run into the next room and you're greeted by one simple comment. Hang on. You went and brought what exactly? How much money did you spend? But me and my wife do have an agreement. If I'm buying cameras, I buy her a handbag. So that's how we get around that. So I thought 2026 I will just make 3-part videos of each of my lenses. That's pretty simple, isn't it? So let's get to Super Taki. I brought it originally for my Spotmatic camera because that's an M42 mount film camera. And that camera shoots great photos with a shutter speed of 1/500. But I did try it on the Pentax digital camera a couple of years ago now. I'll put that video above us now. It's a good lens, and I've thought I have a flagship EM1 Mark II from 2016, and that camera is really great at making videos. And I thought, maybe I should start testing that lens out. So, keeping this reasonably short, it's quite good at making videos, and that'll be part 2 of this video. You'll see it as part 2. I travelled out just before midnight to Camberwell, and I filmed the journey on the train using the micro four thirds. So it's actually 100mm focal length on a micro four thirds. Then I went for a walk between midnight and 1 a.m. through the inner suburbs of Hawthorn, Auburn and Camberwell. They got mansions, they got flats for homeless people and light commercial areas. And that's part 3. Would I recommend you buy the lens? Yes. If you want to detail information from it, Chris Frost or Simon Utack, they make great videos on all the technical stuff. But to me, it's just about having fun. I don't worry about all the technical stuff on the lenses. The advantage of the EM1 Mark II for using that, if you watch Chris Frost, he tells you the edges are soft at f1.4, but when you're wide open it's soft on the edges. When you're using it on a crop factor camera, those edges don't come up on your photos. That's the workaround. So micro four thirds is ×2, so you don't see those soft edges. When you're making videos, it goes into crop mode, and you definitely don't see soft edges. And it is tack sharp in the middle. So the simple thing with that lens, you can go to the Pentax forum, I'll put that up in a minute. It's a very highly rated lens. Anyway, I will keep this intro short. It's gone way too long. We'll get back in the light. Yeah, there you are. So just remember, life's about having fun, about going outside and playing. Even though I'm 53 years old in a month's time, I still believe in having fun. And everyone's looking at me like an idiot. Anyway, the main thing is you buy lenses to try and get creative and have some fun with them. None of us are ever going to work for National Geographic, are we? And if you're really lucky, you'll never get a photo in Time magazine, because we're not Donald Trump, are we? Right, people, as I drift off into the shadows, part 2 is the train video travelling out to Camberwell, and after that it's a very short photo thing, and I've got blues music on there for you to keep you entertained, because I do like the blues music. Rightio, that's all I've got to say.